Yeah, let's start solving Civil Services Prelims Exam 2023. As usual, like I have not studied anything before trying to attempt this question paper. So as per my understanding, there are like 100 multiple choice questions for 200 marks. So yeah, let's start. तो इसमें हिंदी में लिखा है मैंने स्कूल में कभी हिंदी पढ़ा नहीं था और मैं हिंदी बोलना कानपुर जाके सीख गया बट हम चेष्टा करते हैं कि कुछ पढ़ें इसमें से। तो इसमें लिखा है परीक्षण पुस्तिका, ठीक है। अम, ठीक है। प्रश्न पत्र वन, ठीक है, सो दिस इज पेपर वन। पूर्णांक 200, ठीक है, ये भी बढ़िया है। समय 2 घंटे, ओके। सो नंबर थ्री, व्हाट डज इट से? इस परीक्षण पुस्तिका पर साथ में दिए गए कौशक, is it? I think it's Kosh. No, I think it's Koshtak, right? मैं आपको अपना um, अनुक्रमांक लिखना है, ठीक है। I think it means my roll number. परीक्षण पुस्तिका पर और कुछ ना लिखे, ठीक है, नहीं लिखेंगे। um, ठीक है, रोल नंबर तो है नहीं मेरे पास, तो मैं इसमें मेरा नाम लिख देता हूँ। um, ठीक है, तो ठीक है, let's start. I'm primarily going to be doing the video in English, so because the question paper version is in English. But ठीक है, हिंदी भी बोल लेता हूँ कभी कभी, um, सीख गया 4 साल कानपुर में रह के, और हिंदी बोलने वाले दोस्त भी हैं। तो ठीक है, let's start with question one. So consider the following statements. Jhelum River passes through Woola Lake. Okay. Krishna River directly feeds Kolleru Lake. Meandering of Gandak River formed Kama Lake. So, pehla question. The first question is from geography. I'm not sure about two, but I think one is true. So we'll just go with only two. I'm just going to attempt all questions because yeah, I mean I only have one life, and I think my life is much more important than deciding whether to attempt a question or not. Yeah. Plus, I might not be feeling very happy right now, so maybe that's one of the things. You know what? Like, I'm just going to attempt all questions, and we'll see how much I score. Most likely, I'll score very poorly, but that's quite okay. Um, Continuing with question two. Consider the following pairs. So, I'm supposed to pair port with well known as. Okay, Kamarajar Port. I have no clue what this is. First major port in India registered as a company. I don't think so. Mundra Port, largest privately owned port in India. That's possible. Visakhapatnam Port, largest container port. No, I don't think so. So we're going with only one pair here. Um, what else? Consider the following trees. Okay, jackfruit. Oh, I love. No, I mean I don't love jackfruit honestly, but like I love seeing photos of like jackfruit back in village. Artocarpus, heterophyllus, Mahua, Maduka indica, quite a nice scientific name. Take so deciduous, take for sure. Mahua, okay, jackfruit is not, so only two. Um, we move on because life is too short to not be moving on, right? Um, Consider the following statements. India has more arable area than China. Arable area means like I think where you can cultivate. The proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. The average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher than that in China. Um, okay, one actually might be true, but then China is like larger than India in terms of like in terms of geographical area, so I'm not really sure about this. Proportional irrigated area, probably we do that. So I'm just gonna go with only two. I think this is most likely wrong, but I'm going with two. Which of the following is the best example of repeated falls in sea level, giving rise to present-day extension marshland? Okay. Um. Oh, marshland, right? Yeah, Run of Kutch is a marshland. So I think I'm going with Run of Kutch. Um, it's in Gujarat. Ilmenite and rutile abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India are rich sources in which of the following ilmenite is I think iron, right? Yeah, the geography questions. About three-fourths of the world's copper, a metal required for manufacture. This is the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's either B or C, but I'm going with C. Which of the following is a part of the Congo Basin? So, basin, okay, Cameroon, Nigeria, South Sudan. No, I think that's mostly dry. Uganda, Nigeria. Yeah, I think it's Nigeria. Um, Consider the following statements. Amarkantak Hills are at the confluence of Vindhya and Sayadru Ranges. Okay, think that's true. Mm, Biligiri Rangan Hills constitute the easternmost part of Satpura Range. Sasachalam Hills. I think I'm going to skip this because even though I said like I'm going to attempt all of them because I only got one life, but I think I want to live a sensible life and I don't want to end up with like a negative score of, I don't know, -20 or something. So we're skipping question 9. Um, with reference to India's projects on connectivity, consider the following statements. East-West corridor under Golden Quadrilateral project connects Dibrugarh and Surat. Um, East-West corridor, is it under, I'm not, I don't think one is true. Trilateral, although I heard like the government is doing quite an incredible job with the infrastructure building. Trilateral highway connects Moreh in Manipur, Chiang Mai in Thailand via Myanmar. So two is true. Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor connects Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh with Kunming in China. So how many of the above statements are true? I think it's only one. I'm just sure about two, so I don't know about the other two. Um, Sometimes it's good to go with things you're sure about. So I think I'll go with only one. Consider the following statements. Statement 1, India, despite having uranium deposits, depends on coal for most of its electricity production. That's true. Uranium, enriched to the extent of at least 60%, it's no, so enriched uranium is used for nuclear fuel, right? Like um yeah, so I think statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Um do you need enriched uranium for power plants? Maybe. But it's not the correct explanation for 1 in any sense. So it's either B or C. Um Anyway, so consider the following statements. Marsupials are not naturally found in India. Marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with predators. I think marsupials are found in India. India is like a vast country. I'm assuming one would most likely be false. So maybe option D. Okay. Invasive species specialist group that develops global invasive. It belongs to which of the following organizations? Conservation of Nature, Worldwide Fund. I think it's the UNAP. Um, Consider the following fauna: lion-tailed macaque, Malabar civet, sambar deer. How many of the above are generally nocturnal or most active after sunset? Oh my God, it feels like they're talking about me, but one, I think so. Deer is not, so only two. Uh, Which of the following organisms perform waggle dance for others of their kin to indicate the direction and the distance? Waggle dance. Waggle dance. Is that a real thing? Oh my god. Dragonflies? Not really. Butterflies, maybe. Honeybees. I think it could be honeybees. Um, then 16. Some mushrooms have medicinal properties, that's true. Some mushrooms have psychoactive properties, that's also true. Some mushrooms have insecticidal properties, that's true. Bioluminescence, that's true. It's all four. Um, Consider the following statements regarding the Indian squirrels. Oh, how cute. They build nests by making burrows in the ground. Do squirrels live in the ground? I don't think so. They store their food materials. Okay, that's true. They're omnivorous. So only two of these are true, I think, like not all three. Okay. Consider the following statements. Some microorganisms can grow in environments with temperature above the boiling point of water. Um, okay, that's possible. Some microbes can grow in environments where temperature, that's also true. Oh, I think it's all three, like microbes can thrive in all environments. Um, which of the following makes a tool with a stick to scrape insects um, from a hole? Oh God, no idea. Consider the following. A- Aerosols, foam agents, fire retardants, lubricants, in making of how many hydrofluorocarbons SFCs? It's all four. They're everywhere, right? Consider the following statements. Interest income from deposits in infrastructure investment trusts distributed. Dividend is taxable. No idea about finance. This. Um, in the post-pandemic recent past, many central interest rate hikes. Yeah, that's true. Central banks generally assume that they have the ability to counter a rising. Yeah, of course. Like, um, that's this. What about 23? Carbon markets are likely to be one of the most widespread tools in the fight against climate change. Carbon markets transfer resources from the private sector to the state. Um, yeah, like transferring it from private sector to the state is not necessarily like one going to be the most widespread tool in the fight against climate change. So it's not the correct explanation for one, but I'm just trying to decide if it's the correct statement. I don't think so. So I'm going with C. Um, which one of the following activities of the Reserve Bank of India is considered to be part of sterilization? Now pass. Consider the following markets: government bond market, call money market, treasury bill market, stock market. How many of the above are included in capital markets? Um, that's all four, I think. 26. Which of the following best describes the concept of small farmer, large field? Resettlement of a large number of people uprooted from their countries due to war by giving them a large cultivable land to, no, small farmer, large field, not really, no. Yeah, I think this is D. Consider the following statements. The government of India, okay, near crop. Alright, I'm going to say all three. Okay. Consider the investments in the following assets: brand recognition, inventory, intellectual property, mailing list of clients. Which of the following are considered intangible? Uh, like no material value, intangible, right? So it's like three of them. Consider the following: demographic performance, forest and ecology, government reforms, stable government, tax and fiscal efforts. For the horizontal tax devolution, no, no idea. Consider the following infrastructure sectors: affordable housing, MRT, healthcare, renewable energy. How many of the above does UNOPS Sustainable Investments in Infrastructure Innovation initiative focus for its investments? Okay, affordable housing, yes. Healthcare, they should focus on all four, but I'm not sure about MRT. I'm going with all four, like, um, you know, why not? In essence, what does due process of law mean? The principle of natural justice, the process established by law, fair application of law, or equality before law. I think it's the B one. Um, in India, prisons are managed by state governments with their own rules and regulations. Um, in India, prisons are governed by. Okay, yeah, okay. I think both statements are kind of like relating to each other, so we go with A. Which of the following statements best reflects the chief purpose of the constitution of a country? Um, it defines and limits the powers of government. Yeah, that's where separation of powers comment, right? It determines the objective. No. I think it's C, right? No. In India, which of the following constitutional amendments was widely believed to be enacted to overcome the judicial interpretations of the fundamental rights, okay, of 42nd Amendment? Consider the following organizations slash bodies in India: the National Commission for Backward Classes, the National Human Rights Commission, National Law Commission, the National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. How many of the above are constitutional bodies? I don't think all are like that. So three of them. Yeah. Consider the following statements. If the election of the President of India is declared void by the Supreme Court of India, all acts done by him invalid. I don't think so. Election for the post of can be postponed. Yeah, I'm not sure. With reference to Finance Bill and Money Bill in the Indian Parliament, consider the following statements. When the Lok Sabha transmits Finance Bill to the Rajya Sabha, it can amend or reject the bill. No, it can only make suggestions. When the Lok Sabha transmits Money Bill, it cannot amend. Yeah, so that's all. Two. In the case of um, disagreement between the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, there is no joint sitting for money bill, but a joint sitting becomes necessary for finance bill. No, joint sitting, I don't think it's necessary. It's only one. So statement two is like true for sure. Right? Going with only one. Consider the following statements. Once the central government reserves an area as a community reserve, the chief wildlife warden of the state becomes hunting is not allowed. That's true. People of such area are, yeah, non-timber forest. Okay. Community reserve. I think it could be all four. Like I'm just taking a leap of faith here, right? Um, with reference to scheduled areas in India, consider the following statements. Within a state, the notification of an area as scheduled area takes place through an order of the president. The largest administrative unit forming the scheduled area is the district. And okay, so no, it's not a district. Like I think it's only two statements in through like one and three. Um, Consider the following statements. The Supreme Court of India has held in some judgments that the reservation policies made under Article 16(4) of the Constitution um, of India would be limited by Article 335. Um, I don't know about this. In which of the following regions was Danyakataka, which flourished as a prominent Buddhist center under the Mahasangikas, located Magadha, Andhra Pradesh. Yeah, it's Magadha. The rest I don't think were Buddhist. Which reference to ancient India consider with reference to ancient India, consider the following statements. The concept of stupa is Buddhist in origin. Uh, okay, only three or all three. Um, with reference to ancient South India, Korkai, um, Pompuhar and Muchiri were well known as um, Korkai, Pompuhar. These were centers. No, these are not capital cities, not ports. I am going with C here. Seems like it. Which one of the following explains the practice of Vatta Kirutal as mentioned in Sangam poems? Kings employing Vatta Kirutal. What? No. Pass. Consider the following dynasties: Hoysala, Gahadawala, Kakatiya, Yadava. No. With reference to ancient Indian history, consider the following pairs. Literary work, author, okay. Devi Chandragupta Bilhana seems like correct. Hamira Mahakavya, not sure. Tapana Nagarjuna. I think two of them are only correct. Um, Souls are not only the property of animals, uh, animal and plant life, but also of rocks, running water, and many other. Um, and that's not Buddhism, right? Jainism, I don't think so. Shaivism, no, I'm not sure about this. Have to read more on it. Who among the following rulers of Vijayanagara Empire constructed a large dam across Tungabhadra River and a canal cum aqueduct several kilometers long from the river to the capital city? Okay. Vijayanagara Empire. Veera Vijaya, it could be him, but no. Who among the following rulers of medieval Gujarat surrendered due to Portuguese? I think it's Bahadur Shah, or is it Ahmed Shah? No, I think it's Bahadur. Um, by which of the following acts was the Governor General of Bengal designated the Charter Act of um, Regulating Act? It's no, no, I don't remember this. Consider the following statements in relation to Janani Suraksha Yojana. Okay, okay. It aims to promote institutional delivery among poor pregnant women. Janani Suraksha. I think it's all four. Um, Consider the following statements in the context of interventions being undertaken under Anemia Mukt Bharat strategy. Uh, no, I don't really know this. Carbon fibers are used in the manufacture of components. Yeah, that's true. Carbon fibers, once used, cannot be recycled. Recycling part, carbon fiber, I think it could be recycled. One is definitely true, so it's either one only or both one and two. I think it's both one and two. Or it could be recycled, right? Like, okay. I don't know. I think it's both one and two. Anyway. Consider the following actions: detection of car crash slash collision, which results in the deployment of airbags. Most okay. Detection. In how many of the above actions is the function of accelerometer required? Uh, yeah, three is fine. Two, two is okay. But is it three? No, I think it's only like two statements. Um, with reference to the role of biofilters in recirculating aquaculture system, consider the following statements. Biofilters provide waste treatment by removing unattached fish. Okay. I think it's only two. Um, pulsars. Pulsars are, yeah, so three is nebulae. That's stars. No, that's not nebula. That are formed when, yeah, that's pulsar. Psephites. No, I think it's only two. 57. Which of the following countries has its own satellite navigation system? Uh, like the most of the world uses the GPS. I think even Japan uses GPS. Uh, satellite navigation system. Which country has it? Australia? I don't think so. Israel? Um, could be could be Australia, to be honest. Just take one guess. Consider the following statements. Ballistic missiles are jet-propelled at subsonic speeds throughout their flights, while cruise missiles are... Um, two is correct. I think I'm going with both one and two here. Consider the following statements regarding mercury pollution. Gold mining activities source. Okay, no, I don't know. With reference to green hydrogen, consider the following statements. It can be used directly as a fuel for internal combustion. It can be blended with natural gas. Okay, can be used in the hydrogen fuel cell to run vehicles. It's only two statements correct. Okay. Um, consider the following countries: Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania. Um, which of the above mentioned countries share a land border with Ukraine? Okay, Bulgaria, um, Czech Republic, Hungary does, I'm sure of it. Latvia, I think so. Lithuania, yes. Romania. Oh, no, Czech Republic does not. I think so. It's only five. Um, right. Bulgaria, I think still does. Romania also. Yeah, I think Lithuania. Yeah, only five. Now, with reference to the Earth's atmosphere, which of the following statements is correct? The total amount of insolation. Okay, no, no idea. Consider the following statements. The soil in tropical rainforests is rich in nutrients. Okay. The high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforests. Okay. That I think I can go with A. Consider the following statements. The temperature contrast between continents and oceans is greater during summer than in winter. Um, okay, okay. Specific heat of water is more than that of land surface. No, pass. Inner seismographs or P waves are recorded earlier than S waves. In P waves, the individual particles are in the direction. Um, okay, like think two only. Right. With reference to coal-based thermal power plants in India, consider the following statements. None of them uses seawater. Not really sure. None of them is set up. Okay. None of them is privately owned. I'm not sure about this. Okay. Well, moving on. So, Wolbachia method is sometimes talked about with reference to which of the following? It's about mosquitoes. So that's option A. Um, Consider the following activities. Okay. Spreading finely ground basal rock on farmlands extensively. Why would anyone do it? Okay. Anyway. Increasing the alkalinity of oceans by adding lime. Cool. Capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping it into abandoned in the form of carbonated waters. Basil salt, not sure. I think two of these are done actually. Right. So okay, only two. Aerial metagenomics best refers to which one of the following situations? Aerial, so something to do with air, airborne metagenomics. Aerial metagenomics. D sounds like the most plausible option. Um, okay. Microsatellite DNA is used in the case of which of the following? Microsatellite DNA. Okay. Studying the evolutionary. Okay, I'm skipping this. Um, Consider the following statements with reference to India. According to Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises Development MSMED Act 2006. Okay, no idea about this. With reference to central bank digital currencies, consider the following statements. Um, it is possible to make payments in a digital currency without using US dollar or the SWIFT system. I think this is true. Uh, a digital currency can be distributed with a condition programmed it into it, such as a time frame for spending it. Uh, that's that's a lot. Okay. Um, well, I think one is possible. Two can be distributed with a condition program. Yeah, it's a digital currency, so it should be possible, but then people can tamper it. Also it's like central bank, so not really sure. I'm skipping this. In the context of finance, the term beta refers to, well, it's numeric value that measures the fluctuations. So it's option D. Um, Consider the following statements. The self-help group SHG program was originally initiated by the State Bank of India. That's possible. In an SHG, all members of a group take responsibility for a loan that an individual member takes. The original. So I think it's all three. Fun fact, like my mom was part of one of a self-help group. And then yeah, one of I think her group members sort of defaulted and like she had to pay the bank or something from her own account. I don't know. Like um consider the following statements. Statement one. India's public sector healthcare system largely focuses on curative care with limited preventive, promotive, and rehabilitative care. Under India's decentralized approach of healthcare delivery, the states are, yeah, so statement two is true. Statement one, I think that's also largely true. But then it doesn't explain sort of like why, I mean, statement, yeah, statement two doesn't explain statement one, right? So, I think both are true, but like two is not a correct explanation for one. Um, Consider the following statements. Statement one, according to the United Nations, World Water Development Report 2022, India extracts more than a quarter of the world's groundwater withdrawal each year. India needs to extract more than a quarter of the world's groundwater each year to satisfy. Um, okay. I think if both are true, then one seems like the possible explanation for two seems like the possible explanation for one. So I'm going with option A. Consider the following statements. According to the Constitution of India, the central government has a duty to protect states from internal disturbances. Quite a sensible thing. The Constitution of India exempts the states from providing legal counsel to a person um, being held for preventive detention. That's not true, I think. According to the Prevention of Terrorism Act, 2002, confession of the accused before the police cannot be used as evidence. You know what? I'm not sure which ones, but like it seems like two out of three are true, so we're going with option B. Like it's yeah, it's fine. Which one of the following countries has been suffering from decades of civil strife and food shortages and was in the news in the recent past for its very severe famine? Angola, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Somalia. Yeah, Somalia. Somalia, I think it's been going on. The strife. Um, Consider the following statements. In India, the biodiversity management committees are key to the realization of the objectives of the Nagoya Protocol. Okay. The biodiversity management committees have important functions in determining access and benefits sharing, including the PAS. Okay, like I have absolutely no clue about it. Consider the following statements in respect of election to the President of India. Okay. The members nominated to either House of the Parliament or the legislative assemblies of states are also eligible to be included in the Electoral College. That's true. Higher the number of elective assembly seats, higher is the value of vote of each ML of that state. Higher is the value. Not really sure. Like the value of vote of each MLA of Madhya Pradesh is greater than that of Kerala. Um, the value of vote of each MLA of Puducherry is higher than that of Arunachal Pradesh because the ratio of total population to the total number of elective seats in. No, so for every like unit of population, like we have one elected representative, so uh, higher is the value of vote. No, how like I don't think two is true, like one is true. Um, three MLA of MP because it has a greater population, so it means like the assembly is but value of vote, how I don't think that's true at all. Um, is it true value of its vote? Of course, like MP has a larger population, so the number of MLAs would also be larger, right? Um, the value of vote of each MLA of Pondicherry is so four could be true, but two is not. So I think like three. No, I think only two of them are true. Uh, I'm pretty sure like I'm wrong in this, but I'm really not sure. With reference to the Indian history, Alexandria, A.H. Longhurst, or Walter Elliot, uh, construction of railways, I don't think. James Burgess, uh, no idea. Site, well known for, okay, nope. Uh, consider the following statements, okay. 7th August, Swadesi. Yeah, cool. So option A. Consider the following statements in respect of the national flag of India according to the Flag Code of India 2002. One of the standard sizes, so 6:4, or like 3:2. Yeah, okay. Cool, I think A. Consider the following statements in respect of the Constitution Day. Okay. I think it's like option A again. Consider the following statements. Switzerland is one of the leading exporters of gold in terms of value. Switzerland has the second largest gold reserves in the world. Um, do they export gold? Like, okay, statement 2 is true, but I don't think statement 1 is correct. So I'm going with option D. Then recently, the United States of America and the European Union have launched the Trade and Technology Council. The US and the EU claim that through this, they are trying to bring tech progress and physical productivity under the control. Did they do the TTC? Not sure. Let's skip. India accounts for 3.2% of global export of goods. Okay. Many local companies and some foreign companies operating in India have taken advantage of the PLI scheme. Okay, that's a reasonable explanation, I think. So we're going with this. And then the Stability and Growth Pact of the EU is a treaty that limits the level of budgetary deficit or makes the country there's stability and growth. I think it's all three. Recently, consider the following statements. Recently, all the countries of the UN have adopted the first ever compact for international migration, the global GCM. No, I have no idea about this, to be honest. I need to read up more, I think. With reference to home guards, consider the following statements. Home guards are raised under the home guards. Okay, that's fine. The role of home guards is to serve as an auxiliary force. That's true. To prevent infiltration on the international border or slash coastal areas, the border wing home guards, battalions. I think all three are true. Okay, moving on. With reference to India, consider the following pairs. Unauthorized wearing of police or military uniform. The act under which it is covered. Okay. The Indian Evidence Act. Oh, okay, wait. Celebratory gunfire, which can endanger the personal safety of others. The Arms Act. Okay. Knowingly misleading or otherwise interfering with a police officer or military officer when engaged in duties. Okay, so I think Evidence Act. That's schools official secrets. I think only two are correct. Consider the following pairs. Regions often mentioned in news. North Kivu and Ituri. A war between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Nagorno-Karabakh. Um, Mozambique, Kherson, and no. So three is false. That's the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Nagorno-Karabakh is Mozambique. This is possible. North Kivu and Turi. So only two are correctly matched. Uh, Consider the following statements. Israel has established diplomatic relations with some Arab states. Yeah. The Arab Peace Initiative, mediated by Saudi Arabia, was signed by Israel and Arab League. Um, no, I don't think the whole Arab League signed up. Statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is correct. Um, Consider the following pairs with regard to sports awards. Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, outstanding performance last or okay, I don't know this. Wait, no, last 4 years. Arjuna Award uh, for the lifetime achievement. No, no. Dronacharya. Okay, that's coaches. Cool. Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar. Even after their retirement. So Arjuna is no. Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna, I think it's true. Only two are correct, I would say. Could be three, but definitely not four. Consider the following statements in respect to of the 44th Chess Olympiad 2022. This held in Chennai, if I believe so. Okay, no idea. Consider the following pairs. Donbass is not in Syria. Kachin, Tigray, North Yemen. No, Tigray is it in Yemen? Okay, yeah, it could be in Yemen, to be honest, yes. Kachin, Ethiopia. Donbass is definitely not. Um, Kachin, I'm not sure where it is, but I think Tigray, I'm sure. So let's just go with only one here. Um, 98. In the recent years, Chad, Guinea, Mali, and Sudan called international attention for which one of the following reasons common to all of them? Um, Sudan, Chad, Guinea, Mali, Sudan, successful coups, Chad, Mali, rare earth elements. No, no, I think it's successful coups, yeah. Or very unfortunate regions, I think, if it's true. Consider the following heavy industries. Okay. Fertilizer plants, oil refineries, steel plants. Green hydrogen is expected to play a significant role in decarbonizing how many? Well, it's supposed to decarbonize like all of them, so it's like all three. Uh, Consider the following statements about the G20. The G20 group was originally established as a platform for finance ministers. Yeah, that's true. Digital, yeah. So both one and two are correct. Well, that brings us to the end of the question paper. Let's now move on to results. Well, let's move on to the results now. So, I'll link this PDF below in the comment box, like above the comment box. Um, yeah, so I got 30 questions correct. I got 45 incorrect, which is unsurprising because I did not study at all. And I did not attempt 25 questions because I do not have a clue. Anyway, so the total score stands at plus 45. Here is the qualifying marks for 2022. Remember that I attempted the 2023 paper, so the cutoffs would be published like once the final ranks and everything are declared. But I think this gives you a good reference. So the cutoff would be probably, order of something like -5 or +5 of the 2022 numbers. So here are the 2022 numbers for the prelims. Clearly 45 is below the cutoff, so that's all right. Uh, you know, life is too short to not be writing the UPSC exam, I think. If you feel something, I don't know, about your state, your community, or the country as a whole, I think you should write the exam. Yeah, that's the bottom line. I mean, plus 45 could go to, plus 90 or whatever, like with some prep, because, yeah, there are people who actually study years for this, and I did not. So maybe, like hopefully if I actually collect textbooks and other material and start studying, maybe I could also sort of push the score, beyond the cutoff mark, and then yeah, like write the mains exam and so on. But yeah, that's about it. This was a fun exercise, to be honest. Like I love solving question papers from here and there because it keeps me from like overthinking stuff about life or like just being a 24-year-old and so on. So yeah, to be honest, like I won't ramble anymore, but I think you get a clear idea of okay. Um yeah, I mean attempt the question paper yourself and like let me know how it goes, I guess. So yeah, this is the number to remember. Yeah, if you like the video, then leave a like or a comment. If you're writing any competitive exams or I don't know, just like good luck, I guess. Stay well, stay alive. All the best. Thanks. See you next time. Bye bye.